Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the board here, Spring. As always, it's me, Ivan, and today we'll be having a look at the watch that I simply can't believe I enjoy wearing so much. This is the Baltany S4066AB. It now comes in 36mm, and it's essentially an homage of the Rolex Explorer from the 60s. A while ago I reviewed the 39mm version of this model, but due to a couple of changes that Baltany has made here, I like this one so much more. This watch has been sent to me for a review by Baltany.com, which is exactly where you can purchase it from. It's also available on AliExpress, and you may want to keep an eye on it during the sale that's about to begin. On Baltany's website it's priced at $170, and that's a really good price in my opinion, as this model is simply amazing, and you'll see why I think so in just a moment. For those of you who might be interested, I've left all the links in the description down below. Before we start with the fun part, I really want to show you the packaging because I find it quite impressive. This Baltany arrives in a hard paper box. In it there is a very nice and compact leather pouch in which you'll find your watch wrapped in plastic and with a leather spacer to prevent the bracelet from scratching the case back. Very neat indeed, and overall I can say that the unboxing experience is very pleasing. In addition, in the box you also find an envelope which contains bracelet resizing tools, a warranty card, a user's manual, and even a branded cleaning cloth. Alright guys, let's go through the dimensions now. As I already mentioned at the beginning, this newer model's case diameter is only 36mm, and if you followed my channel for a while, then you know that it's quite unusual for me to wear a watch below 40mm. However, because of this one, I would definitely give smaller watches much more opportunities to appear here on the channel and to end up on my wrist as well. This one specifically, on my 17cm or 6.7-inch wrist, wears exceptionally well. It's very comfortable due to the excellent bracelet with female links. It's also very well balanced, and despite its compact dimensions, it has a very decent wrist presence. Note that the lug-to-lug is only 43.5mm, so it should fit most wrist sizes. For a comparison, here it is next to my Sharp 017, which is 39mm in diameter. The Seiko looks quite a bit bigger due to its large lug-to-lug of 46mm versus the 43.5 of the Baltany. However, the thickness of both watches is surprisingly the same, 12mm. Next, here it is next to something a bit bigger. This is my Tudor Black Bay, and it is quite substantial and bigger in every single way than the Baltany. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is that even if you're used to wearing bigger and heavier watches like I am, to your surprise, you may still enjoy wearing something like this Baltany. Okay, now that we've covered the dimensions, let's have a word about the design and the build quality. Well, to be fair, there isn't much to talk about the design except that it's heavily inspired by the Rolex Explorer with the reference 1016. In my opinion, it's a great design, and thanks to Baltany we can enjoy it for $170 and not for 13 to 20k, which is what an Explorer 1016 goes for on Chrono 24. About the build quality, however, there are a couple of things about this Baltany that really need to be mentioned. Long story short, it's phenomenal. This watch feels really solid and well built. As you would expect, it's made of 316L steel. It comes with a sapphire crystal, a very good one by the way, it's quite thick and it's very clear. Something else worth pointing out is that the screw-in crown is now signed. It wasn't on the 39mm, so it's nice to see that Baltany is refining their watches. Finally, there's the screw-down case back, which together with everything else I've just mentioned, it makes for a water resistance of 200 meters. Next, here's a quick look of the bracelet. It's also very nicely built, all the links are solid, no exceptions, and the ones that are removable are joined together with screws, which were very easy to manipulate with the provided screwdriver. The clasp is fine as well, it's milled, and it has 3 micro adjustment points. Guys, when it comes to the finishing, this watch continues to impress. The vertical brushing is exceptionally well machined. It looks great, it's consistent, and it feels nice and smooth to the touch. The sides of the case and the bezel are the only parts that are polished, and they look fantastic as well. I'm telling you, anyone I've shown this watch to has been very pleasantly surprised, and they just couldn't believe that it has such an affordable price tag. Now let's have a quick word about the dial. Baltany makes this watch in two different configurations. A very nice brown sunray dial, which should look very similar, if not the same as the one on the 39mm model that I reviewed a few months ago. And then there is the one I'm showing you today, which is matte black. Both dials are great on its own. The execution, the indices, and the printing is literally flawless on both of them, and both offer great legibility. I would say if you want something more eye-catching, then go for the brown, and if you want something just a bit more suitable for everyday use, then go for this one. And I'm happy to report that in the dark, the legibility is also very good. When it comes to watches in this price range, the lume is typically not very bright and long-lasting, but fortunately, this is not the case here. Baltany has gone for Superluminova Old Radium, and as you can see, the low light performance is excellent. Finally, we need to mention the movement. It's a Seiko NH35, which I'm sure comes at no surprise to anyone. However, you should know that it's the non-date version, meaning that there is no ghost date position, and so to set the time you simply need to unscrew the crown and pull it once. When it comes to the accuracy, fully wound in a dial-up position, I'm getting a reading of plus 4 seconds per day and a beat error of just 0.7 milliseconds. And I take this as a kind reminder of why so many brands keep using this caliber. There you have it, guys. The bottom line is, this Baltany is kind of like the perfect daily driver. The 36mm size makes it extremely versatile, and in case you need an excuse for buying it, I would like to add that it also makes it shareable with your wife, so there's that. I don't want to repeat myself, so let me just say that I like everything about it. My only suggestion to Baltany is to consider coming up with some new dial colors, such as blue, white, and I don't know, perhaps yellow as well. So yeah, check it out, and definitely check their website, as there are a few other models that I think you may find interesting. Thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate you staying until the very end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up will be fantastic, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, as I've got a few smaller watches coming to the channel very soon. Thanks again, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.